Thank you, Javon. An interesting story coming out of Trinidad and Tobago. Police had to help students and teaching staff evacuate the La Harkata South Secondary School after someone claiming to be a part of a Muslim gang called the school and threatened to blow it up unless all Rasta students were expelled. According to sources at the school, someone called the school around midday and told a staff member that all Rastafarian students should be removed, claiming that the school was in the territory belonging to the Muslim gang. The person making the threat said Allah is boss and threatened to go to the school at 10 p.m. and blow it up. Teachers gathered all the students upon getting the call and prepared to evacuate them. The principal alerted the Ministry of Education and staff there gave the teachers the green light to escort the children out, which they did with the assistance of the police and fire officers. On May 24th, parents had cause to take their children out of several Catholic schools after emails were sent to staff threatening to send a child into the school with an explosive device. In that incident, police locked down the schools and made extensive searches in each. Nothing was ever found. And now news coming out of CARICOM. The Vice Chair of the CARICOM Reparations Commission, CRC, Professor Vereen Shepherd, announced at a press conference held at the regional headquarters of the University of the West Indies on June 10 that CARICOM Reparations Commission has expanded the list of countries to be targeted for reparations. Professor Shepherd also revealed that the CRC was in the process of preparing a new round of letters of demand to be presented to additional countries identified as participants in the trafficking of enslaved Africans to the Caribbean. The press conference was called by the Center of Reparation Research at the UWI to share with the Caribbean public findings from the 2018 Expanded Slave Voyages database created by Professor David Eltis and his team of researchers. The database 2.0, created in 1999 and updated in 2008 and 2018, has revealed 1,000 additional voyages undertaken by slavers from European states that were participants in one form or the other in the trade of Africans to the Caribbean member states and Cuba and/or slavery. Among the less publicized names are Sweden, Switzerland, Russia, Norway, Hanstung, Brandenburg, and the Duchy of Courland. In a graphic and compelling presentation, CUNY historian Dr. Ahmed Reid, who is also chair of the United Nations Working Group of Experts, introduced the latest 2018 findings, highlighting details of over 36,000 voyages between Africa and the Americas, as well as information of 11,400 voyages between the countries of the Caribbean and the Americas. Dr. Reid's presentation also identified the major players and their percentage participation in the transatlantic trade in enslaved Africans. The total number of Africans that were captured and transported, numbering from some 12.5 million, and the mortality rate, which he said was an average of 14%. Included in the expanded database are the names of over 92,000 Africans who were actually trafficked, identifying them by sex, but more shockingly by ages that ranged from infants as young as a year old to men as old as 77 being captured, sold, and relocated far away from their homeland. And that has brought us to the end of the regional news this evening. Back to you, Javon.